It has to be embodied. That means your actions are what matter. It doesn't help if you just think spiritually. It doesn't help if you speak positively to others and tell them how to fix their problems when you have the same problems but do nothing about them. And here, it's really about constantly asking yourself, how does someone who loves themselves act? How would I treat myself if I loved myself? It is essential to pause and always ask yourself this profound question. Is the specific way that I am currently choosing to treat myself truly the same way that a person would treat themselves if they genuinely and deeply loved themselves from the bottom of their heart? The hypnosis codes are not part of your soul. The hypnosis codes are part of a material experience, part of your human experience, part of your mind. The hypnosis codes do not touch the soul. But the soul experiences hypnosis codes through its incarnations. That means your soul is fine, your soul doesn't need your help, but you are allowed to help your human self. And the translator of your reality and the one responsible for the hypnosis codes is your mind, which doesn't know any better, which has no idea how reality works without these hypnosis codes because it is so strongly conditioned to them. And if the mind then also becomes afraid, or, as I say, there's a word in English, overwhelmed, which means to be overrun, overpowered, and overloaded by the amount of energy and correction needed to love oneself. And then because of that, the system shuts down and says, nothing has changed. I shut down, I don't want any change. Or maybe at the very beginning, everything even starts to get significantly worse. By the way, you should know that an initial aggravation is actually a clear sign that high-frequency energies are bringing deep-seated, low-vibrating energies up to the surface for release. So if you experience physical symptoms now during the course or in the coming days and weeks, or if a lot more comes up emotionally, it's because the high energies and the decoding have started to take effect. That means an initial aggravation is, just like in homeopathy, a good sign, namely that your subconscious is bringing things into your awareness. And you can imagine it like this, as if the subconscious steps forward with a little basket full of bullshit and says, can this go? I've got something here. Look, these emotions, these thoughts, these concepts, these energies. Do you still need them? Do you still need this? Do you still need this? And all you have to do then is open your heart, breathe, and say, nope, it can go, it's okay. Or open your heart and say, okay, I'm okay, even if I'm not okay, everything is fine in all reality. And yes, right now it's time to clear things out. Let me put it this way. When you clean up and dust your basement, your hands get dirty. And before that, the basement might have looked somewhat tidy, until you started moving the shelves and everything into the middle, bringing all the containers and pots and everything that's lying around into the room to take a look at them, and then you see the layer of dust. And the moment you start cleaning your basement, of course, your hands get dirty, and not just your hands, but your sweater and all your clothes too. And you have to wash your hair because there's dirt everywhere and you feel dirty afterwards. But in return, the basement is nice and clean after the cleaning session. So it's completely normal. In fact, I would actually be surprised if nothing comes up in the next few days. So if you notice that you're feeling a bit worse than before now, that's because things have started moving and are simply being brought out by your subconscious. I also experienced really strong aggravations when I first came into contact with ETS. When I had my encounters with extraterrestrials who vibrate at a very, very high frequency, everything came up for me. Everything surfaced, and I was constantly confronted with aspects, with facets, with thoughts, with, yes, emotions, traumas from this and other lives that were stored in me, anchored in my cells, in my genetics, which I had set out to resolve. And that's what high energies always trigger. They support the process, making things visible. And only when you can really handle high energies very well without falling into trauma or anything else are you actually truly ready for contact with extraterrestrials. Just imagine if the lunar matrix were to be switched off right now. We would all immediately be in a fifth-dimensional spectrum of consciousness. Most people would end up in a psychosis because so much cleansing would have to happen all at once. The body would develop symptoms, the consciousness, the ego would start to get a bit paranoid, and, well, great. Many emotions would surface all at once. And attending a course with me means, in a certain way, coming into contact with energies that are not of this world, that are very high and simply trigger the process of clearing things out within you. In this case, it's an act of self-love, to breathe, to feel, and to go into the quantum and see what's there. And if you need even more help, you'll find lots of free resources on my YouTube channel. On Osier Nicht, you'll also find many free workshops available for download. And if you want to go really deep, you can take the Shadow Transform course and the Energy Transform course together. And if things are really, really tight financially, then write to my team. We often give discounts and reductions when we feel it's truly in the person's highest good, because it's simply the right time for them.